Did you know that the quality of your recovery today determines how long and how well you live tomorrow? If your recovery is insufficient, your body, your brain, your life will actually go down the hill. And the secret to aging well isn't to train more, but to recover smarter. Neuroplasticity, hormone balance, cell repair, all this happens in recovery. And most people think recovery equals rest. So that means you need to sleep. And that's not true. Recovery is not just sleep. It's much, much more. And when you recover well, you actually feel healthier, more productive, have more energy, and you enjoy life more. I mean, really, it's more fun. Welcome, I'm Heike Fallon. I'm a personal performance coach and a neurosports therapist. And with over 30 years, I've worked with high achievers, leaders, entrepreneurs, helping them optimize their brain and body for longevity. And today, I'm going to show you how to recover like a pro using brain-based recovery practices so you can feel sharper, stronger, and younger for the decades to come. So, like I said, most people think recovery is rest, and they think it all happens in the sleep. Most of it, a lot happens in our sleep, but not only in your sleep. And it's not just sitting on the couch, and it's actually really an active process. Your brain controls the recovery. Your nervous system actually sets the pace. And your ability to repair comes from how well your brain regulates the stress. So the key here is that recovery is when adaptation happens. So not during the workouts, not during the stress. Neuroplasticity, hormone balance, cell repair, all happens in recovery. Without recovery, you don't grow, you don't heal, and you don't build resilience. So think of recovery as a foundation. It's like charging the battery on your phone, because no charge, no performance, right? Recovery is not optional. It's a secret weapon of longevity. So as I said, the quality of recovery today matters. It determines how long and how well you live tomorrow. And your brain constantly moves through the continuum of two states. So you have the fight and flight and the rest and digest, right? So your sympathetic system and your parasympathetic system. And there is not supposed to be a balance. It's actually supposed to, it's kind of feeding off each other, and it's a beautiful, not balance, it's a synchronizing actually. There will never be balance. Sometimes sympathetic system is higher ramped up, sometimes parasympathetic. The problem is when it's constantly sympathetic system, constantly up, or constantly parasympathetic system, constantly resting. So when you're feeling stressed, it's really about bringing the parasympathetic system up, and because that's when your heart rate slows down, when your digestion improves, when your muscles repair, when your brain actually consolidates memory and the cells restore energy. So your vagus nerve is actually key here. And as I mentioned in a different video, it's a superhighway of recovery. And when it's active, so when the vagus nerve is active, you feel more calm, more present, more restored. So studies have shown that vagal tone actually predicts also longevity. So the higher your vagal tone, the better your resilience, the faster your recovery. And that's why brain-based recovery practices start with training your nervous system. So let's break that down in a little bit more practice form. So these are the ones that the pros are using. One big one are the eyes, right? Your eyes control your nervous system. Stress narrows vision. Recovery restores it. So the practice is here really to look near far, right? So if we're constantly on the screen, constantly just looking here and stressed, it's very important to get the bigger vision again. So what you're going to do is you can look at your finger and look at it close up, and then at something far away, and you switch back and forth between these two targets, and that can tremendously help calm the nervous system down. So keep in mind to keep breathing while you're doing this, and nice little effect too, it reduces your eye strain. and possibly headaches, particularly if you're sitting at a computer for a prolonged time. Another key component is breathing. Breathing does activate as well the vagus nerve, and so the parasympathetic system. And usually great is longer exhalation than inhalation, calms it down really fast. Another one I'm going to share today is called the cyclic sigh. And you can check in right now on a scale 1 to 5 how you feel. If you're feeling really calm, that would be a 5. 1, not so calm. So just do a quick check-in. Feel if you have tension in your shoulders, anywhere else. Feel how your jaw is. Check in just how you feel. How calm and relaxed do you feel right now? And the cyclic sigh goes like this. You're actually going to do an inhale through the nose. And then you do a little after inhale, after the first inhale, and then a long exhale. And again. So inhale, second, and get it? So it's a double inhale, one regular one, and a little after, and a long exhale. So here we go. We're going to do it again. So that's the cyclic sigh. Close your eyes, check in again, see if any tension released. Oftentimes it does take a little bit practice on this one. When you get really good, you can actually, with one repetition, calm your nervous system down really fast. Now, if this exercise is new and you've never done this, it might be a slight threat response to your system. You might need to first practice. So do it consistently so your nervous system starts getting familiar with it, and then it can be a really quick, powerful way to calm your nervous system down really fast. Another component is movement, joint mobility. It stimulates our proprioceptors and it sends signals to the brain, and it helps the nervous system to relax. It actually helps the nervous system to create better maps of the areas, and that more information, good quality of information, can help the nervous system to feel safer, or the brain to feel safer. So oftentimes it's good to do pain-free circles. Let it be just shoulders, right? You can do wrist aids or wrist circles, even finger circles, right? So any of these really help to expand the information that comes to the brain from each joint, and can absolutely help to reduce pain, stiffness, and can be really powerful in order to recover. So, that's why things like Tai Chi, for example, are great exercise and activities as well. So calm circles, movement with each joint, give it a try. And of course, touch is super powerful. I mean, that's why most people love massages, because the skin is actually our biggest organ, has tons of sensory receptors, and the light touch and massages can be very powerful. Not everybody needs deep massages. Not everybody should be on a foam roller. For some people it can be good, for others not. Keep in mind that everybody's different, everybody's brain responds differently. We're all unique, so not everybody should be doing foam rolling. Not everybody should get a deep massage. It's not the more pain, more gain. Some people it's good, others just a gentle massage, just like an easy rubbing, might be way more powerful. So we're gonna do another one right now, where you're gonna actually rub your hands together to create a little bit of heat. And then what you're gonna do is you can't see my feet right now, I'm standing on one leg, you might want to do it seated, and you just kind of make strokes over the sole of your feet, right? Actually one foot, since I'm standing, and the other one, and give it a little sensory input, okay? So giving that touch can tremendously send information to the brain, And again, the receptors in our skin are crucial input for our brain to feel safe and to function well. And now let's talk about sleep, because hands down, yes, sleep is the mastery recovery tool. We do need our 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So quantity matters, but quality matters too. We need good, deep sleep, not just for your hormone balance, your cellular repair, but also your memories and how they are put together in the brain. So good practices are to dim your lights before you go to bed, avoid the overhead lights, keep the room cool. There's lots of general things. I would highly recommend to have a good evening routine, possibly do some breathing drills. Check out my other video about sleep. There's a whole video about sleep on my channel. And you know, sleep is hands down the best recovering tool and absolutely needed, not optional. It's a necessity. So now the big question, how do you recover like a pro? You make recovery a practice. It's a skill. You can practice that, and it should not be an afterthought. You should, use vision resets during breaks. You should do breathing work. You should be doing mobility work. Use tactile grounding when you're feeling stressed. Protect your sleep ritual every night. Sleep is important. Make that a priority. And these are not extras. These are really essential. These are essential for your brain to function well and to recover well. So remember, pros don't recover more. They recover smarter. Longevity isn't about to push harder. It's how well you repair. The brain holds the key to that. That's why I strongly believe in a brain-based approach. Your nervous system sets the pace. Everything is regulated by the brain, and the better your brain functions, the better everything else functions. So it really helps with resilience. And again, I'm Heike Fallon, and I help leaders like you optimizing brain, body, and their lives for longevity and high performance. And if you like this content, feel free to share it with loved ones, anybody you think that can benefit from this. And in turn, pick one practice today. Try it, feel the difference over time though, because when you recover like a pro, you don't just add years to your life, but you add life to your years.